Across the continent of Greater Banya, peoples of all walks of life share a common sense. A sense that something is approaching. What it is remains a secret to most, but they can feel it. Rumors of sickness spread in the south. A mountain flies in the west. An army of living flame marches through the desert sands, leaving a line of glass as their trodden path. Yes, these are the troubles set to welcome a god into this world. Behelit, the lidless eye, god of the searing light. She approaches and will not be deterred. However, a few know of her coming and prepare. A deadly and cunning thief, a champion of the mountain tribes, a cleric of chaos, a brilliant artificer, and a scarred soul whose past is catching up with him. Can these individuals save the rest? Can they kill a god? Can they save their friend? Can they each finally find a home? Let us together read the final chapters of these heroes. A young man named Loniar crouched in the dark, his breath coming in panicked shudders. The broom cupboard was scarcely large enough to hold him, and the heat of his own breathing presses in on him like a living thing, thick and suffocating. Beyond the thin wooden door, the temple he had called home rings with distant detonations, blasts of power unleashed by creatures far mightier than he. But one by one, these terrible sounds fade, dying into an uneasy silence. Loniar doesn't know which side prevailed. He doesn't know how many of his friends lie dead upon the stone floors. All he knows is the single precise instruction that's been burned into his mind, and the web of devotion and fear that drew him into obedience. He remains hidden, forcing his breath into shallow, careful sips of air. And a thin blade of light slipped through the cracks of the door, just enough to guide his trembling hand as he shapes on his own body dark words of incantation, runes. And as he paints on his own self, each syllable mouthed in reverence and dread, and slowly, meticulously, he paints. On his lap sits a curved blade, its edge waiting for what comes next. And we'll figure out what comes next in tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons, Fates of Ryn. So hello and welcome. This is a stream where HelpForGo Gaming plays Dungeons & Dragons, a game of shared storytelling where I bring back characters that haven't been played in a literal decade. I'm Andrew Gilbert, he, him. But tonight, I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, and I'm not alone. With me, as always, is Galway, playing the Tiefling Sorcerer Charity.
Hey everybody, I'm Galway, pronouns he, him, or they, them, and I play Caloran Charity of the Family. His pronouns are he, him.
Adam, playing the Halfling Rogue Burbage Kemp.
Evening, everybody. Andy's correct. My name is Adam. I use they, them, or him pronouns. And I play Burbage, who is indeed a halfling, and proud of it. So Seacres Wren can go fuck himself.
Whoa. And I hope I got this right. Lena, playing the Goliath Barbarian Stormburger.
Why are you pretending you don't know my name?
Because I said he was correct.
It's been like 5 years.
He's doing a bit based on
really
what I
listening,
said.
And I ruined the bit.
The Lena story.
Like, yeah,
The Lena story.
And the pronouns are she, her, and Stormy's pronouns are also she, her.
Rachel, playing the Gnomish Artificer Clem.
My face is blurry. Hi. Yes, I'm Rachel, and I play Clem, and we use she, her. I just thought we were ending everything up like we were Valley Girls.
Oh.
I'm sinking back to my heritage.
Sure. And Darby, playing the Tiefling Cleric.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't have my camera on, but I'm rubbing my forehead.
Why would you do that, Darby? Sorry.
Yeah, Darby. My name is Darby tonight, apparently. And my pronouns are they, them, and I play Hikari. I guess you didn't say anything about that. The Tiefling cleric, right? Okay. And yeah, her pronouns are she, hers. So Darby here, signing out.
Wonderful, thank you very much.
And I will not to anything else tonight.
Wonderful. So welcome, friends, to our podcast, Goats and Dragons. We now have 3 podcast feeds that you can listen to: Goats and Dragons, Helpful Goat Presents, and Dom and Dragons. And all 3 of these have a whole bunch of content, hours and hours of fun that we're playing with individuals and people and our friends. And it's really cool. You should check out all of those. We're affiliate on Twitch, which means you're able to cheer and subscribe to us here. And we also have commands in the chat. Exclamation point merch, for example, gets you a link to our merch page where you can buy some awesome stuff. Exclamation point KO-FI or coffee gets you a link to our coffee page where you can help support us and Goats and Dragons in the stream. And that goes to all kinds of things like layouts for the stream, making sure that we can pay for podcasting services, even helping people ship gifts when we do gift goats, which is our sort of yearly gift exchange that we have. And if you like that and want to maybe join us for that, exclamation point Discord in the chat gets you a link to our Discord, and that is our main community hub. That's where most of us hang out, and we have a good time doing that. And we have exclamation point donate, where we'd like to emphasize a charity, maybe even a local charity that we find is really in need. And what's our charity this month?
Right now, it is the Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition. In current political climate, we encourage you to take a moment, take a little bit of time and energy if you have the resources to spare, and look for ways to support some of those most vulnerable. And as always, we encourage you to look for charities in your area supporting similar causes.
Wonderful. And I think that about wraps up that. So I think we're ready for to kind of get started with tonight's episode and recap of last time. So, last time on Goats and Dragons, the family was able to defeat the voice of Bahamut, and also defeated then every angel that voice had summoned to this plane of existence. Burbage was barely able to save Roburn from an angel's grasp as they were running through the halls of the Temple of Ryn, and Hakari's gamble going off on their own to find the Hellfire and bring it back as quick as they could was met with resistance, but ultimately was overcome in the end. Due to a quick thinking and a really heavy spell called Invulnerability.
Yep.
Gathering once again then in the Temple of Ryn, the group came up with a plan to not only get to Clifmil in a timely manner, but also save the survivors and residents of Federo, who've all been gathered in this temple. Clem had successfully understood that some of her mental levitation devices that she had worked on a long time ago, devices that were eventually used to levitate a mountain in the Dom and Dragons feed, is present in what eventually was known to be sailing ships, but just made to fly, hanging out right now above the temple. If those elements would be transferred into the temple itself, Clem thinks that maybe they could, with the help of a few people that know what they're doing, make the temple itself levitate and fly. And once that crosses the barrier of Federo, Charity was able to surmise that with a few teleportation sigils laid throughout the temple, you would be able to teleport the entirety of the temple into Clifmil, which is currently under attack. But that would get you there at a fairly reasonable way, also saving all the people of Federo. So, last we left off, the group had made their way to the sky ships above and were met with a very grumpy, very old, perhaps too old for living things, gnome named C. Ecris Wren, who really doesn't like halflings. Standing on the deck of the ship, which he might be a captain of or something, you're all getting yelled at until he immediately recognizes his old protege, Clem. Clem, Ecris Wren then comes up to you. Oh, hey. It's been a while.
You remember my name, right?
Sure, I do. I can't forget a name like yours,
He does
right?
not.
Come on, C-dubs, you can do it.
Who needs names? We go so much deeper than names. All those nights we stayed up late watching, researching.
I kick him in the balls.
Oh fuck! It's Clem.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
that's it, you bastard.
That's right. That's right. He kind of shakes it off. You get the sense that was a little bit performative. That he's... Yeah. There's something strange about him, especially since the last time you saw him. His skin is...
Something feels even more different?
Yeah. So his skin is a little grayer. He's shaved his head at this point instead of just sort of having those gross, like kind of thin strands of hair. It's all now kind of shaven. He looks generally worse and somehow older, while also not feeling like he's aging at all. And it's been about probably 50 years, honestly, since you've actually been in his presence. But he does seem to remember you.
So it looks like you've been taking really bad care of yourself.
On the contrary, I think I'm steps toward immortality. That's what I say I'm doing.
Yeah. Why are you here? Are you in charge of this?
It was more of a curiosity of mine. By the time I got back to my tower, some things had been changed.
Oh yeah, we were there.
I kind of figured someone was, which put me on edge just a little bit. And also, there was a giant tree growing out of a city's, keep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vagetter is a weird place anyway, but it seemed to be in just giant revolt. But
Good.
I noticed that several of these ships that had your sort of technological markers on it were being shipped off. For what purpose I couldn't yet understand, so I snuck aboard and, well, I'm here just sort of seeing how things are playing out.
Did you just live in the cargo while they flew here? Or?
For a little bit, and then I took over the minds of everyone on the ship and sort of that. Well, I'm kind of leading a lot of this at this point, sure. But what's happening?
So you're leading a lot of this, but you have no idea what's going on.
I don't know why
That
we were being summoned here.
Right.
Correct. I don't know why the city below is freezing. It's a desert. I don't know why there's an army of fire that's slowly melting at the defenses of this place. And I don't know why we're ushering up what seems to be a small army into these
I'm going to need your help,
places.
but I'm going to let Charity... This is Charity, by the way, over here.
Charity. Okay.
Yeah, so you're going to be quiet for a little while, and he's going to tell you all the answers to your questions.
Yes. I don't really like being quiet. But I think if you throw my name in there a few times, it'll be fine.
I'll work on it. So, Ryn.
Also, I swear to God, I'm about to throw that halfling off the ship. If he could just maybe just turn around.
Fine. Listen, he seems like he's smelly and dirty and dumb and bad.
And about to steal all of my shit?
Well, he might be. But he's not really all of those things. Maybe just a few of them. But he's also nice and caring and kind.
Give me a persuasion roll with disadvantage.
Yeah, fair. I just closed my character sheet instead of doing that, so good job, Rachel. Just reopen that. Disadvantage. Persuasion. Not a strength of mine. But I got... Well, I only could see the roll right now, so I shouldn't trust that. There we go.
It was actually
16. Okay. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to say what it is. Yeah.
16's quite good with disadvantage. He just kind of waddles over in his really short stature already, and he kind of looks at you, Burbage.
Just pretend he's not there, really.
If there is any funny business regarding you, I will shoot you out of a cannon that I have specifically developed to shoot halflings out of. And they will never find your body.
Do you see the big Goliath lady over there? If
you know that, if you try to do that, I'm gonna shoot you in pieces out of cannons or something. Like you're so tiny.
She's his protector, and she's really intense.
He jumps up on your chest and grabs at your armor, and so his face is right next to yours, and he goes, I'd like to see you try that.
Hey.
Okay, let's set a date for it. When is it? You want it now? You want me to start dismembering you now? Is that good?
So I still have I call it indestructible because that sounds way cooler. Going on because it lasts for 10 minutes.
It's probably been 10 minutes. That's probably
damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, I'm still feeling cool, so I'm gonna grab my sword out and go over and stick it right by his throat and just be like, dude,
guys,
give me one.
Hey,
you all want to go?
Will everybody just calm down, all right? there's not going to be any
I'm
funny
having
business.
fun.
As you all, there's no time for fun. There's no time for fun.
It's true.
Also, as you all know, I have not had the taste for funny business ever since I ate that Doom Lily a while back.
I'm sorry? He hops down off of your chest, Stormbringer. You did what?
Om nom.
I wrote the
I swallowed
book
a
of
Doom
Doom
Lily,
Lilies.
and ever since, I've been feeling not quite myself. In fact, I've been feeling quite, I don't know, just very lazy.
So, Clem, quick question.
Yeah.
How much... What... How detailed should my explanation be to C. Ryn? Sorry, C.
Not
Equus
very.
Ryn.
Just give him the bullet points.
The sort of straightforward bullet points?
See, Ren. So,
Just
Andy,
I don't mind summarizing.
what are my vibes on like Ren and what he gives a fuck about what we're doing versus what our enemy is doing versus sides
Sure.
chosen not caring any of those things?
You can give me an insight check. Your basic understanding of this is the thing he values most is knowledge. If he knows what's going on, and you lay out a persuasive argument, he can be really reasonable. He just hates not understanding.
I only got 12.
And with the 12, that's mostly what you get. He
Okay.
doesn't seem hostile. He's just more curious right now than anything.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna say give him as much as you can to make him actually know and understand what the fuck is going on.
okay.
Actually, I was quite intentionally trying to. Burbage was trying to persuade CX Ryn to trust him in that moment when he said that he's been feeling lazy, because
Sure.
he remembers reading on the frightful subject of Doom Lilies.
Yeah. Give me a persuasive check with advantage.
Okay, all right. Okay, I need to find. Let's see what happens. All right, Burbage is undermined by he's trying, but I know why he's not selling that he is actually lazy, because of the urgency with which he said, "We don't have time." For fun. Like, I felt that even when I role played it, I was like, damn it. Burbage just shot himself in the foot. He's not going to be able to convince this guy that he's actually all that as lazy as.
He seems really intrigued by what you've said and stuff, but he's not quite persuaded of anything yet. So he turns back to you, Charity.
And we're up here.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a very long story, but trying to give you the most salient parts. A vengeful god is attempting to manifest into this plane of reality, having corrupted large portions of multiple governments and or religions. Also fire army. You noticed that.
Did notice that.
Just as a, here's a sign of how bad this is. Most of her army, deity, most of her army consists of demons and devils. Like,
you say her.
Yes.
Which one?
Bahamut.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
My former employer.
Intriguing.
Used to be a warlock. Now I'm a sorcerer.
Intriguing.
Yeah, that's probably going to end badly for me at some point, but, but anyway, lots of people dying, lots of general destruction. The city was frozen as a part of one individual's attempt to save the inhabitants from the coming, fire army. That didn't go great. I'm not sure people are really entirely being saved, more like flash frozen. And currently there is another town that is a center of resistance to this that is very soon or currently going to be under siege, and what we were hoping to do was get to that location, possibly using some of the magnificent designs that Clem has used and the arts of teleportation. See Icarus Ryn.
Thank you. Finally. Okay. How could I help then with this, Clem?
Sorry, I had to cough.
Not an excuse.
Fair. I should have just done it on microphone.
See, Ren hates it when you cough.
It's true. He hates a
Now
lot
he's
of
not
things.
going to help.
I knew it. I ruined everything.
Fuck all of you.
So we want to use some of this technology that I helped develop, magical technology, to get this temple somewhere else really fucking fast. That's where you can help.
So you need me to help you install these in the temple? Honestly, I am fascinated with how these work. This was not really a project that we worked on together.
Yeah,
So
I'm a
curious how your
genius.
mind. Well, I told you everything you know, but I'm fascinated. Yes, how this would work. I don't mind helping out with that.
They do always say
here...
that those who can't do teach, so makes sense.
Oh, I do. Don't you worry about that.
Clem gags into her mouth a little bit.
Ren does. All right. So, I think I can help with this. We're gonna have to land the ships on the temple, and then remove the crystals. We can get on that. Look, everyone up here, basically, I think I can convince to do this. Even if
So, are you actually controlling their minds, or is it was that just a fun joke?
just, I'm pretty sure I could convince them to land.
It wasn't a fun joke.
What might be tricky is the people in the temple. They also have quite a lot of power, and I've not wanted to confront them quite yet.
Did we take care of them? Are they taken care of? Do we have other temple people we have to worry about?
I mean, Yizik's dead, and the voice that was possessing him is dead. We can work on the others.
Oh yeah, here's his ashes, and I pull out the ashes that I put in a jar.
Oh, he immediately starts rummaging through them and kind of picks up a couple and turns his monocle over into a little bit more of a microscopic lens and starts to kind of look at them. Oh, these are very fine indeed. Your ash collecting skills have really improved.
What is Sea Ren? Like what?
He's a gnome.
A gnome. Okay. Because when he jumped onto, I couldn't remember. Okay.
Yeah, he's a gnome like me.
Well,
me in a sense.
Shouldn't there?
Ouch.
I'm guessing there's also I don't know what to call them, but also like temple people there still, like maybe some just like regular.
Yeah, is there anybody we still have to worry about?
Burbage left.
That's what I'm asking.
The people doing the ritual, sort of to their own devices. It sounds like they were fighting for quite a while. So how many of those people are left, or who's in charge of that? Might still be an issue. But you got essentially the big names out of the way. And as you tell him about
the fight that the cold open was referencing?
Yes.
Oh, shit. I thought it was about our fight, and he's writing. Ah, shit.
I don't know what you're talking about or why you're so upset. I mean, so yeah. So there might be some of those people still around, still left. But yeah, for the most part.
There might be.
Yeah, we're not really worried. We're up. We can fuck anybody up that we need to.
All right. He jumps then on the railing of the ship, holding onto a rope. And
My
then just,
God, how are you so spry still?
these aren't my legs. And then he, with an arm outstretched, begins to pull another ship in the air closer to you.
I'm gonna look.
And
I'm
as it
just
gets-
gonna look towards Charity, and I'm just gonna say, "See, I'm not that bad."
You didn't mention that your teacher was almost certainly trying to turn himself into a lich?
Yeah, it's kind of a secret, but it's not a very well kept secret.
It really isn't. I figured
No,
that
he
out
looks
within the first
awful.
3 non-halfling related sentences you said?
Yeah. Okay, sorry. So he's doing cool stuff, and Clem's totally watching.
No, yeah. And you take a moment to kind of sigh a little bit. You thought maybe this would be a lot harder to convince him. But honestly, with some of the cool roles you had, plus how you are approaching him, he seems really amenable to all of this. And you take a moment to kind of breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief, and you start to look out over the dense clouds that are now covering Federo. It's weirdly peaceful up here. Like, for a moment, you could just imagine that none of this is happening on the ground. It's nice. But then your mind starts to think about all that you still have to do. And you begin to turn your attention back toward the temple. After a few minutes, Siren has contacted most of the other captains on the ships. And through outright lying to some of them, and then just like weirdly saying a keyword to a couple, he's able to get most of them to descend then through that cloud cover. And as soon as you break that cloud cover again, you see a ring of smoke and fire around the city of Federo, ice crystallizing in the middle of it. And you're descending down onto that temple once again. Good. So who's going to be doing what? It seems like you need to kind of separate a little bit and work on several different things. One, getting the crystals off the ships and installed in the temple itself. Two, setting up teleportation sigils. And three, if you want to, trying to like find out who's around still, who's loyal, who's going to be making trouble, that sort of thing. Who would like to work on what?
Also, probably need to.
I'm assuming I would be best used for installing the stuff on the ship, but if you think differently, then
I would assume that I probably can, at least somewhat independently, lead the setting up teleportation, since I have the actual sigil set for Clifmil.
Yeah.
Would it help Galway if I just help? Like, would it help it go faster if I helped set it up? I know I don't know have the spell, but like
you know teleportation, and you have the beacons.
Yeah.
Clifmil, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I have something.
Yeah, absolutely, that could help. Yeah. Stormbringer Burbage. What are you up to?
somebody go back and check on Arisa and the cultists?
You could do that, certainly.
How much of a threat, like, would I feel like that was that, like, so, like, the options, the kind of, like, remaining options were, like, fucking, you know, picking up heavy-ass crystals, which obviously I'm good at, or, or kind of checking, like, what, like on the cultists and also, like, anybody else who's still, like, kind of, like, a potential threat in the building. Do I have, like, a kind of, gauge on how many combatants who are actually interested in combating us might be left? Like, do I feel like does that feel, I'm saying this out loud and it's beginning to sound, yes, much more meaningful than picking up big fucking crystals that other people can pick up.
I mean, theoretically, Siren's able to, like, persuade this group of, like, captains, but there is kind of an army up here, made and forced, it seems, out of the people of Federo to join. That is somewhat dangerous if it gets out of hand. Also, yeah, there were like 7 wizards when Burbage left that temple. So those people would be probably more loyal to Yizik and stuff like that, and probably more dangerous than a lot of the guards and army that's being assembled here.
Burbage, do you think that the people that you were fighting, like, or whatever, got rescued from with Roburn, I'm not sure which, anyways, but do you think that they were, like, pretty, like, could we just kill them real quick? Like, are they pretty, like, weak sauce? Like, I'm really big.
I need to go through probably multiple locations in the temple. I can also come with you and help with the, persuade or murder.
You were gonna be drying on the ground a lot with your blood.
But I'm gonna be with him too, so.
Not the blood part.
I can. oh.
I
thought you were saying no to me.
No. Hikari, yes. Blood, no.
He's not using blood for the sigils.
It's okay if you want to use your blood. I don't care. It's fine. Do what you want with your own blood. But I think if it's not people, if it's just squish people left, then I think it makes more sense to kind of like divide up so that we can be efficient, because we are on like a tight time schedule, and also sometimes Lena gets bored of things taking a really long time, which is to make things kind of take longer, but only kind of. So I think, but Burbage, do you feel like I was only fighting Yizik at all? Are squishies?
Look, these guys seemed pretty low level to me. Kind of weak when they were split apart and turned against each other. If they've arrived at some form of group cohesion again, they might be more of a threat. But regardless, I feel I owe it to Aya to do our best to go and try to save Arisa. I wasn't able to before, so I'm going back.
Clue.
Okay.
Go with them. Call me if there should be more help, and see if you can help them out. If there's nothing you can help them with, you can get back to me.
Would Roburn be interested in joining us? Or Roburn, I don't know if she's in a position to, like, I don't know what she wants to do.
I was just gonna say, would it be more helpful if I went with you, Burbage? or like where am I going to be the most helpful with?
I think you with
plan.
Charity to have a tanky person with him makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Because you're kind of backup tank. But hopefully y'all won't be fighting a lot, which Burbage and I hopefully will be. I guess we could talk our way out of it. Okay. Yeah, would Roburn, but would
by the way,
Roburn...
Yeah, Roburn. Yeah, they'll go along with you.
could somebody take care of this sacrificial blade? I think they need it for the ritual. I'm not sure. Charity, could you determine the role of this blade in what appeared to be... Wait, Burbage discerned that it was a summoning ritual, right? Did he hear the name
That's what you
Shenek?
surmised. Yes, that they were trying to summon Shenek, is what you think.
In case I haven't already mentioned that as part of just the general business, the wizards were indeed trying to summon Shenek. I took away the weapon that they were using to do so, but I don't know if they're able to find a replacement. But I would have mentioned this. I said in the last session that Burbage walked over to Charity and gave him all the information that he had.
100%.
So you cannot play Charity as having a headache at this. That's not allowed.
No, it's... Charity, go ahead and give me a religious check on the blade as he produces it.
I'm going to cast guidance.
Hikari, also, if you want to. Religion.
Yeah, guidance.
Give me like 15 minutes.
19 on my religion.
If you just roll stuff for me, Andy, like it will take so much less time.
Yeah, sure.
I need to like pull up my thing and look at maps. And
then you can blame him if it's a bad roll.
Exactly.
Religion. Oh. 9 and an 18. All right. Hikari, you're looking at it.
The 18's a crit hit, isn't it? Oh no, sorry, it wasn't
the other. Yeah, sorry. Hikari, you're not exactly sure. Like, summoning with like blood magic, certainly Behelit's MO. This makes sense. But you're not exactly sure what the dagger is or does or how rare it is. Charity, this is a tempered steel. A tempered silver dagger that doesn't appear to have unique or magical capabilities, other than there's some writing now forged into the blade itself. The writing appears to be draconic. And if you don't speak draconic, you probably can't make it out. But honestly, you don't see much incredibly unique about this. Another one could be produced or made, or
there's
something if they had silver.
Well, the blade is made probably for a purpose. I can't read draconic, but it's not like an artifact. It's just a silvered blade, so they could very easily have more of these.
Well, we have to get back right now then.
Clue, help them out.
Yeah, we should hustle. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's fucking go.
Ride like the wind.
Clue takes off ahead of you toward.
Oh, take me too.
He comes back and lets you sort of steer him down. All right, so you all go to the temple on that second floor, the one that Burbage fell through the skylight in. Clem, you and Siren get to work along with a lot of very amenable people who are just kind of following Siren around at the moment, starting to remove these devices. So these devices seem to have been replicated from a prototype that you had made of levitating crystals. The one you made was pure and powerful enough to move a mountain. you're not sure exactly where that is at the moment, though you've heard some disturbing rumors. It's probably going to take, like several, probably about 5 of these crystals to maintain a stability in levitating the entire temple. You think it could probably fly with like 3 active, but 5 would make you really feel good about this.
Okay.
So start by giving me like a tinkerer's tool check or something to remove the crystals from the ships and to
Do I
kind of
get any
guide
kind of
people as we go.
advantage or anything like that, or no?
I'll say advantage. It's your ultimate technology. Let's say advantage.
Right, that's fair. Thank you. All right, Tinker's tools. Oh my god, even with advantage, it's an 18. I mean, I rolled a 7, but I have plus 11, so.
Yeah. 18's not bad. It's going to take you a little bit of time, but you think you can probably get all of those removed and into the temple at least within about an hour, and then you'll have to sort of set it up. So you go to work with Siren and start this, and then he's asking a whole bunch of questions then about like exactly like where did you come across these crystals, what sort of like magic is imbued in several of these.
Just gonna interrupt real quickly because I remembered a thing that I have, which is called tool expertise, and I get double proficiency bonus when using a proficient tool, so I should get an extra +6 to that.
Dope.
So it should be 24.
24 with a 24.
Sorry, I was looking through my things. I'm like, I gotta have something that adds stuff. And so anyway, sorry.
This is great. So with the 24, you're able to explain the mechanisms of how to remove these things carefully and quickly to a good group of people, so that you don't have to go around personally to every single one of these. That's going to cut it in half to about half an hour. Then removing these entirely. And again, as you're doing this, Siren is working really closely with you, asking lots of questions, and it feels very much like old times of the two of you sort of learning and discovering things and pushing the bounds of artifice in this world. It's kind of nice. And then like his clammy skeletal sort of hand brushes up against yours, and you're like, fuck, this guy's the worst at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, you catch yourself like starting to
I'm like, oh,
reminisce.
this is nice. Yeah. Oh no, this is terrible.
Yeah. Really good. Yeah, so that's awesome. You're getting those really quickly. Charity and Hikari, you are starting to work on like finding the best places in the temple itself to put these sigils so that it can activate immediately and move the entirety of this thing without any like splinching going on, without any pieces of the temple removed. And why don't you give me either investigation or arcana to really hone in on the best places for these things.
Okay, I'll roll mine.
Which one are you rolling?
I'll do arcana because I have nothing with both.
Okay.
5.
17.
Yay.
Cool. Yeah. 17. So as you're both kind of working together, Hikari, this is like strange. This is arcana teleportation, and like you're having a sort of a hard time thinking of like the math of this. You feel like, yeah, you're going to be much more helpful in the like actual production of these runes. But yeah, the weirdness of like where to lay everything out doesn't really jive with your kind of teleportation. Charity, on the other hand, this makes a lot of sense. You probably need a good 4 sigils that can all be sort of lined and actuated from a specific point. Otherwise, pieces are going to teleport out of order. And you really, really don't want that. Yeah, so this looks like it could be about an hour and a half worth of work to find all the right elements that you need and the right connections that these are all going to have to each other. Yeah. Burbage, Clue, and Stormbringer.
And Roburn?
And Roburn, yes. The four of you kind of...
We got her a weapon. There were things around that she could have... Yeah, good.
In her like weird ritual cloth that she's still wearing, she's very determined about all of this, and she kind of steps back up to the temple doors and is the first one to open them as all of you see on the inside.
Well, yes. I also would have said that while we were up on the ship, at the very least, yes, I would have given her a cloth to wipe off the ritual writing.
Perfect. Yeah, she cleans a lot of that off then.
Churdy's like, I've woken up on a ritual slab before. Let's not do that.
and good. And Burbage would probably have tried to get a sense of what was going on inside the temple before we opened it, if that's possible.
Sure, give me a perception check. Yeah, as you're trying to listen as you approach the doors.
$24.
You hear some muffled conversation, probably inside the temple. And as Roburn opens the doors, you see several bodies of wizards, scorch marks in different areas of this place. The statue of Ryn herself, cracked and broken in a pile of stone. The altar seems to be cracked in half, though still kind of together, just cracked so that you can see a seam now in it. And then you see up on a staired sort of dais area on the far end of the temple, up where the altar might normally be in front of people, you see an older, kind of a wizened, bald man with pointy ears. His earrings droop down and become chains that are linked to a book that is now on his back. You see he's next to two other wizards, and the only other two wizards you see standing in this place. And then lying in front of them is Arisa on the ground. Those same markings sort of on her. And Roburn kind of whispers to all of you, that's Wentwood. I think he was a high priest here, and there were two of us that had to sort of go through this preparation, and I think her name was Arisa. If we can save her, I would love to do that. I don't really care about the others.
Do the wizards look like they're actively kind of doing anything arcanic or
They don't. They just seem to be having a conversation. They seem to be the winners of whatever fucking wizard coup was happening in here. And then as the doors open, and then as the doors open and you all step through, the conversation ceases and they look at all of you.
Sorry, excuse me. You might recognize me from earlier. Things have changed. Ciegris Wren sent us, and we desperately need everybody on board to help with the crystals and the technology, because things are about to turn really shitty outside, and he needs assistance.
What the fuck are you talking about? Who see Ekris Ren? This doesn't make sense. Where's Yizek?
Oh. Jeez. Wait, they don't... Why wouldn't they know about Ekris Ren?
I think Siren was lying about his importance, maybe. A little. I think he's maybe overinflating that.
Oh, no.
He seems the sort.
Oh, no.
All right, fuck it.
Speak.
I don't even care anymore. Yizek is dead, okay? Yizek's dead.
Dead?
We're in charge.
Yeah.
Yes. We killed him, and we killed the voice of Behelit. You need to fucking shape up right now, because we are running things.
Yeah. And we're here for the girl, and you should just leave us the fuck alone.
I'm gonna be extra intimidating to back Burbage up with my strengthy intimidation.
Someone give me either intimidation or persuasion with advantage.
Yeah, Lena. I think probably
My intimidation is okay. We had like a magical button at one point that let me roll it with strength, and now it's gone. It's been gone for a long time. Just roll a strength check and then add my proficiency to it.
Yeah,
okay.
Or like an athletics would do the same.
Okay, I'll just do that. I guess I'm probably not raging yet because you said we're never going to get to sleep again. So this is just normal, not advantaged. It's still 31.
Never gonna sleep again.
The last day of things. But
You said we're never going to get to sleep again. Well, a nap doesn't get me rages back.
That's true. Would you roll 21?
31.
31. Fuck, that's way different.
Excuse you.
At this, Wentwood sort of lowers the book, the chains of the book onto the ground, and begins to kind of remove the earrings that he has linked to that.
Burbage has his hand crossbow at the ready, by the way.
Okay.
If there's a move toward anything regarding Orisa, or words, or a blade, or a big fucking white tiger, he's
Is Siegfried and Roy up in here?
He looks up, and you see that a little bit of mist in his eyes. And he says, "About fucking time." And you see him
That's
sort
great.
of waddle over.
I'm not good with metaphors. You mean by mist in his eyes, like tears?
Sure, his eyes are a little watery. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate the clarification.
You're good. He begins to wander over.
I just love the way that was asked. Sorry.
to the broken statue of Ryn, and he kind of falls to his knees in front of that, and without much progress begins to put some of the pieces and gather a few of the pieces. He begins to chant in like a really old elvish around that. The other two wizards are look really surprised about all of this and don't quite know what to make of this. Burbage, you see one of them begin to cast a spell. You're not exactly sure how or what or to whom this is. You're not recognizing the spell being cast, but you do notice that there is a casting of a spell. I'd let you act if you want.
Then now, I don't know how like spellcasting works. Like if Burbage gave a threatening verbal instruction to stop, would that be possible for them to stop a spell or not?
Not necessarily. It's mostly like you've held a reaction for very specifically this element.
Okay.
If you want to shoot your crossbow, you can interject with that.
Yeah, he does.
All right, give me an attack roll.
Crossbow. 29.
29 hits.
Hope so.
It already rolled damage, I think, right?
Great, yeah. You
10
can
piercing.
add sneak attack if you want. He did not expect this in this such a reaction to just casting.
He was literally threatening this. Sorry.
Can I roll sneak attack and also ask that it not be fatal?
Yes.
Okay. Like, if I can make it like a really precise, like, I just want to get it, hit him in his magic brain. That is real.
Okay.
Wherever the
You're
magic
about to
is
perform
located.
surgery with a crossbow here.
Why am I having trouble finding?
It's a hand crossbow.
No funny business is what Burbage is remembering what C. Eckers Wren said. No funny business. So he's all real business right now.
All right. With that, as you see the hands begin to glow with this incantation of a spell, you time it so that as both of the hands sort of pass right by each other, you've shot your crossbow and connected his wrists together with this crossbow. And he immediately lurches to the side and begins to bleed profusely. He's out of commission, let's say. This isn't like going to knock him out necessarily or anything, but he needs to take care of this immediately or he's going to die. And he starts screaming and trying to remove his hands from the crossbow. It's a mess. The other one goes, yep, nope, yep, nope, yep, nope.
Yeah.
And just begins to back up from everything.
Roburn, get Arisa.
Roburn runs up, gets Arisa and lifts her up and carries her, and immediately she starts smudging with just like licking her tongue, licking her thumb with her tongue, and just smudging some of the writing off of her.
Good. Now, Andy, Burbage is just going to do a very routine but intentional perception check in the way that he would regardless. He would just do that. He would.
It's not meta at all.
Why are you being so cagey?
Because he wants this to come from his character and not Adam, the player who knows more information.
Of course.
24.
What's that? 24?
Trying to get a sense of this whole space. This is where the ritual was going to happen. He seems to have these wizards under control. The one was, I guess, taking off things, but didn't seem to be doing anything really. And he seemed okay that Yizak was dead. So Burbage is being very attuned to his surroundings via cult-like ritual activity.
Wonderful. This is okay. What you do notice, you notice several things. The one dude bleeding out, having a hard time. The other dude scared out of his wits, not doing anything at all remotely. You see him like pull out a wand and drop it on the fucking ground. And then the old high priest is muttering and entirely like just a sorrowful wail that he's giving every once in a while to this statue. He almost seems like he's losing his mind over all of this. You do notice there's another wizard here who has been playing dead. but you just barely catch them like opening their eyes as they're laying on the ground and then closing them again. This is an individual in white robes. Off to the side a little bit, there is a trail of blood from him, but he is conscious and pretending not to be. With a 24, that's most of everything you see here. The glowing sigils that were forming around the altar disappeared entirely. Yeah.
Oh! All right. Everyone, round of applause.
Why?
Clap.
We've got a performer in our midst. Burbage will walk over and... Putting on a show, are we? He's bent down right into the wizard's face.
I'm not looking for cultist activity, but I am like hyper aware for any like threats, obviously, like
Sure.
always. So I am like ready to stab people if this guy that I think is dead attacks Burbage.
Burbage is wandering over to this guy, who's laying on the ground. At first, Burbage, he goes, "Is there any way I could just persuade you to act like I'm dead?" Just like
sorry. Never been a fan of immersive theater. Up.
You see him like roll over and stand up. What looks to be a giant gaping hole in his chest starts to kind of fizzle away as illusion. And he kind of cricks his neck a couple times and, "Okay, where'd you want me?"
Over by the others, including the sorrowfully wailing one. All right.
All right.
What were you guys doing in here earlier? You were summoning
Then why were you
somebody,
pretending to be dead?
weren't you? Tell me everything you know, what you're trying to do and what you're still trying to do, and know that I'm not going to let you do it unless I want you to do it. But I don't, depending on what it is.
Yeah.
What isn't?
Remember, I'm scary. And if there are other people trying to do it, tell us that too, and where they are, and how to make them stop.
Okay.
Whatever it is.
Listen, the priests of Ryn were told by Yizik very specifically to complete this ritual, to summon this fucking white tiger thing from Bahamut's realm into existence.
I knew it.
We were just doing the ritual when you interrupted us, and that's all I know up to this point. What else can I tell you?
Which one said that?
The one who was very quickly not participating in anything. he saw you shoot the other guy and gave up immediately.
What's happening with the guy? I know I'm not there, but can you describe what's happening with the guy whose hands are bolted together?
Yeah, he's slowly losing consciousness in the corner. He has one hand free and is now trying to quickly bandage the wounds around his wrists.
And what spell were you about to cast?
I was about to cast. I was about to burn that fucking high priest who just gave up like that, and then you shot me in the wrists. I'm gonna fucking die.
Who does he mean?
It seems
He's
fair.
Gonna burn the guy in white.
He's
the guy who's
pointing
crying and like praying.
He was pointing over to the high priest, the guy that had the book on his back and undid his earrings. Yeah.
Why are we gonna? Well, jeez, I'm out of my element here. Purposes too. All right. So, what? Well, what are you doing, sorrowful wailing guy?
He's ignoring you entirely and trying to collect the pieces of the head of the statue, it seems.
He's fine. He's repenting. He's guilty. But
Did you do a religion
okay.
check to determine that?
No, this is Lena.
This is just reading a story at this point.
Yeah. But okay, he's probably fine. Look, he's very squishy. But like, okay, so you guys seem chill now. The one who wasn't chill is bleeding out, so it's fine. It's all good. What's the like status of the like armed combatants and wizards and like the rest of the temple? Like, what should we be on the lookout for? What other like sneaky traps or whatever was going on? We gotta like get this place like fucking cleaned up because we're doing things. Anyway, give me the lay of the land.
Okay, so there was a massive amount of us who were forced to go to Clifmil. So we had to try to find. Some of us had to find our way out of Federo and then teleport somewhere near there. There was a couple in the ships above, trying to make sure that people were loading up the army so that they were also going to fly to Clifmil. I fucking don't know why Clifmil is so important all of a sudden. And then the rest of us here were, I mean, there might be a few wandering the temple, but a lot of us were in this room. If Yizik is truly gone, I don't even know what loyalties they hold anymore. We heard Ponway died. Battling fucking angels. We don't know any other high priest.
That doesn't matter. Never mind.
They brought his body back this morning.
Oh,
from
where's
the
his body?
Was that he was
right now? I think it's being held in the basements where it's cooler.
Is that from when like they held off? Like they let us escape and like he said like he'd stay behind. That was Ponway, right?
Yes,
underground.
Ponway and another high priest of Ryn. Yeah.
Yeah. Andy Bourbon. So the guy, the Wendell or whatever his name is, he Wentwood. He's engaging. He's interacting with. It's a statue of Ryn.
Of Ryn, yes.
All right. Burbage has
this was originally
Ryn.
Yeah, actually a temple of Ryn, and it seems like he
indeed
is holding on to those feelings of his original person of worship, and then was sort of forced to maybe deal with Bahamut and Yizik and stuff like that. Yeah.
So it does seem like genuine repentance. So what does it mean that the other guy was gonna? He said he was going to attack him.
Burn him is what he said. Yeah.
Because he supported Bahamut, so it's good that he's bleeding out.
All right. So I would just like to, because I'm paranoid, and I think so is Burbage. Do an insight check on the guy who still seems to be engaging in some kind of religious fervor, and I just want to make sure that it doesn't pose a threat.
Sure. Yeah. Insight.
Can I argue that I have advantage because I've met and no on the
you're thinking the person who's like putting together the statue again, seeing if they pose a threat. Gotcha.
An advantage because Burbage has literally met Ryn.
You know what? I like that. Let's do that. Advantage. How many times can you play the I met a god card?
Hopefully a lot.
19.
Yeah.
With a 19 insight, he doesn't seem a threat at all in this moment to anyone. He seems old, frail, and entirely unconcerned with what's going on around him, other than trying to piece this statue together.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
thank you. Well, that Burbage will continue to keep an eye on the room.
Sure.
But I cannot justify really any further stringent role play on Burbage's behalf. So do what you're gonna do, you bastard.
So it looks like at least the remaining wizards in here have given up. Do you want to try to like rope them into helping like Clem or Charity set up some of the magic stuff here, or do you not trust them enough to do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Andy, do we think that the guy meant when he said he was going to burn the other guy, do we think he meant because he gave up so quickly against us, or do we think he meant, this is an insight check, do we think he meant that because the guy gave up so quickly against Yizik and like was following Bahamut and helping lead the bad people?
Give me an insight, yeah. Yeah, this probably won't be too hard of insight.
I think the first thing, I'm probably just going to make sure he's actually dead. 14.
14. It seems to you like he was holding on. The person that was shot was holding on to a loyalty to Yizik and Bahamut. And this individual who immediately went over to Ryn, he just sees this as so symbolic, he needs to immediately die. He's a heretic. That's the vibe you got from this guy. And he's now like...
Bleeding out, man.
Like, yeah, leaning towards...
Yeah, like how close is he to dead? Because I probably
like,
just
if you don't do anything,
tell.
if you don't help him at all, probably in a couple more rounds, he's gone.
Okay, cool. I'm not going to help him, but if he's not dead by the time we're leaving the room, I'm going to make sure he's dead. But the vibes we're getting from the others are at least that they're not interested in fucking with shit, and at least the one is repentant.
Yeah, one was scared enough, certainly to play dead and act as if there was an illusion as a hole in his chest, and the other one immediately seems to give up. You and your soldier's intellect here certainly probably want to tie them up, remove any wands or magic items that they might have, and gag them as wizards. But once you do that, you feel really safe about those two, at least. Yeah.
Before we finish up here, can you give me like a count of perhaps remaining people who have firepower against us in the temple? I know you're saying it sounds like most of the force is gone and people are squishy, and I understand you're all really weak, but can you just give me like an estimate?
How many are still in the temple? The ones that you see are mostly it. There's probably 3 or 4 acolytes still around, not full-blown priests. That's what I would guess.
And you don't think there's anybody left who's like actually like a threat, like high priest level, like people should be pretty...
Look, if you all survived the angels, no one is a threat to you here.
I mean, that's how I feel, but I don't want to get cocky and then have us all fucking die and the world to end, you know? So, okay, cool. Sounds good. Thank you.
I love this level 20 character energy that we've been bringing to this.
We're gonna tie you up and gag you as long as Burbage is done.
Yeah. Burbage would actually approach Wentwood now that he's gotten kind of a sense of what's going on there, and if he senses like a polite moment, like opening to he'll say to Wentwood, I had a chance to speak to her recently.
At the moment, it feels really hard to connect. He seems so engrossed in what he's doing that even such a magical thing that you just said doesn't seem.
That's fine. He can stay engrossed, unless you have more to.
You notice that he's again, trying to slowly and carefully put together the head of the statue. And you do see, even with your passive perception, you do see a large chunk that probably includes the eye, like the right eye of the statue. That's kind of hidden under a couple things.
Yeah,
wanted to help him out a little.
Get that. He'll get that, and he'll help. And while he helps, he'll continue. He said, "She showed enormous kindness to me, and the last thing she said to me was to be myself. In spite of everything wrong I'd ever done and any mistakes I'd ever made, she saw the value and the purpose in me being who I am. I think she'd want me to tell you the same thing."
He looks up at you and sees the piece that you hold in your hand. And he slowly takes that from you. Her eye. Some people say that Ryn's power is in her fire and in her dazzling radiance, but I don't know, I always thought it was in how she saw people. And he puts the eye sort of into place. And you see him begin to cast a spell over the head, which just appears to be a simple mending spell that kind of seals up some of the cracks.
Sorry, Andy. Burbage shoots him. I'm just kidding.
You see the spell.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Fucking paranoid, you're a hobbit.
That would be fucking wild. No, he won't. But although, on the other side of this, he will be like, also, though, all right, I think we do have to tie you up. Is that okay?
Oh. Tie me up next to the statue, if you don't mind.
We better tie you to the statue. That's
How about that?
Better.
That sounds nice, doesn't it, buddy? Oh, God.
He kind of slowly, you see the light kind of leave his eyes, and he's going back to focusing on the...
Fuck. Well...
Psychopaths, all of you.
As that is going on, Clem, you working now closely again with Ryn, you were able to remove all of the crystals from the ships. The ships have kind of docked and are now sort of sitting precariously on various parts of the temple. Now seaworthy again, not skyworthy. And yeah, how many of these are you going to try to set up? Again, 3 you think would
5.
levitate the thing, but 5 feels good. 5 feels like, in case something goes wrong or in case, something, 5 is good. All right. Give me another Tinkerer's Tools check. And I'll tell you this, 30, you're going to be able to do this incredibly quickly, set up all 5 with no problem. 25, you're going to be able to do that with 4 and then maybe a 5th one. Or you could spend several more hours working on it. And 20, you can set up a few.
That's a 29 plus 6, which is 35.
Jesus. It's going to probably take you and Ryn hour and a half to fit the entire temple with these. You're working so quickly. You're bouncing ideas off of each other. You're getting new insights into like how to connect it and use sort of the gravitational energies of the crystals to hold the temple together, not just lift it off the ground. Yeah, it's you're working so quickly and so brilliantly. Well done. This is incredible. This is amazing. Siren
I
kind
get
of
to add plus 17 to my roll, so
Siren leans over then as you're working several times, and you see him that you've caught him staring at you as every once in a while with his eyes entirely white, and then kind of he blinks a couple times and they're just pupils once again.
have I seen that before?
Yeah, you've seen him do this. This is his detect magic spell that he casts. He is so good at it. You don't see him ever have any somatic, verbal, or material components. Like his eyes just blink and he can see magic items, see the magic around him. And finally, he sort of asks you, I see you're collecting a lot of things. Some of them you probably made yourself. Awesome.
Yeah, like Randolph over here. He's pretty cool, yeah.
I was going to ask you about him. Is he friendly?
If you're friendly to me.
We're friendly, right?
Yeah, maybe you should touch him.
Okay. And he'll sort of kind of wander over and like quickly Randolph like backs away into like a stance that he's about to strike at him, and he goes, "Can't touch me." And Siren looks back at you.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this. That's what he graduated
So far
to.
it's me. But instead of "don't touch me," we've graduated to "can't touch me."
Okay.
And Siren sort of looks back at you. He was about to take my hand off.
Yeah. He actually hates being touched.
You fucker.
Yeah, I've grown a lot in the past
Yeah,
5 decades.
I've noticed. You're quite powerful in your own right.
Yeah, I had a guy in my head for a while, too.
Guy in your head.
He was like an ancient dwarven genius.
Dwarven.
Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it after.
Ancient dwarven head once. Gave me some ideas. It was neat.
Anyway, were you about to compliment me?
You're great. You're awesome. Thank you for being you. Now, what about me?
You're great. It's lovely to be working with somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing again.
Right?
You're also disgusting.
I'm going through some bodily changes. Think of it as a second adolescence. I've got things growing where they shouldn't.
This is a Ship of Theseus situation here. Like, are you still Siren?
I think so. I think I am. Yeah, right?
Wouldn't it be better to figure out how to just transfer your consciousness to like a live, living body rather than like stealing decaying parts then adding them to yourself?
I hadn't previously understood this to be possible, but I've been hearing some rumors about what you and your friends have been getting up to. I wonder... You know that ice spire that's in the middle of Clifmil?
Yeah.
A piece of that ice, nearly unmeltable, it could power many things. It would be really interesting to get a hold of some of that. Perhaps the old dream we had about living constructs. Something much like your homunculus, only thinking and feeling. Minds being transferred into them. I'm just curious. If you come across a piece of that ice, maybe send it my way.
So I do in my inventory have a purple blue orchid from the spire. Is that anything that's useful or I feel like would be useful to bring up to him, or?
You've heard that known called a doom lily before?
Oh, okay.
You do know that he has written the book on doom lilies.
Okay, so
He
that's
seemed
what it is.
Really interested in Burbage when he said he swallowed one.
So here's my question to you, Andy.
Yes.
Do I get the vibe that if I were to try and get something like that it would be bad? Like, Clem is fine with, like, fucking around and finding out and doing weird things, but not in, like, a evil will hurt people way.
I think especially because you've created technology in the past that has been used for horrendous warlike things, and you left society because of that. I think you're incredibly reticent about trying to work on this. Because some of the things that he's talked about are like creating races of people, of thinking beings that were constructs that could think and act like just normal people, being a whole race of them themselves. Of instead of birthing people, you could create people. Opens up a whole new world of possibility. But that's a scary thing to think about.
It's also kind of exciting. I feel like I'll think about it. Because here's the thing.
Yes.
I don't like when the things that I do and the things that I create are used for purposes that I don't intend and hurt people badly. But I do like creating new things and seeing what happens. And you're kind of a shifty asshole.
Don't you know it? Perhaps that just means we need to put some fail-safes in place. Maybe make it so that they have a hard time hurting people, or would only hurt for very specific reasons, or I don't know. I saw this play by someone named Asimov. It was lovely. It was do stone sheep dream about flying Pegasi?
That is not Asimov, and you know it.
Wrong author. Nah. Wow. Stone sheep, huh?
Philip K. Asimov.
Yep.
I hate everything about this. Yeah, let me save the world first, and then we'll talk about the future. I met some great kids in this town that have a lot of potential.
Oh, interesting.
But I'll kill you if you do anything to them.
Oh, I don't doubt it. But also, I'd like to see you try it.
I still have your phylactery, motherfucker.
You have one of them. Let's get this done, huh?
Yeah.
Hakari and Charity. You've scouted all the places. You can tell now what it's going to take. Now it's just creating the runes and the sigils themselves. But you think, yeah, you can probably teleport this entire thing. It's beyond either of your individual understanding to not just teleport people, but large constructed objects like this. But you feel like you can figure it out, especially because you had heard those rumors about the Citadel in Bovalia being able to do this. Now that you know that it's possible, your brain is just, going a mile a minute. But also, I think as you're wandering around and you're figuring this out, I wonder if also the both of you are looking at the hellfire that Hikari has gotten. Have you taken that from Hikari yet, Charity? You're theoretically the only person that in this group that could use it. That's sort of what you were made to do.
I don't think I would have taken it from her already. Like, we've secured it.
Yeah.
If there was time, like as we were, just like walking from place to place, I might ask if I could see it, to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, that's totally fine.
Looking at it more closely, it seems like hellfire as I remember it.
Yeah, I mean, only recently have you gotten these sort of memories back, and you remember Ire peering through the door as you're screaming and yelling as they inject some of this material into you. You remember the scars that you now have on your body being fissures and cracks, opening up, glowing embers on the inside of you. You remember what it feels like to cast a spell with this. Any fire spell that you cast, any magic fire, becomes hellfire when you've imbued yourself with this. But it also takes a terrible, terrible toll. And even just killing a single individual, like, caused a lot of health problems that you've dealt with over the years. Why even probably when you lost your memory, you gravitated toward medicine, toward healing people, trying to get back elements that you've lost because of this thing. And I think you're worried about the toll it would take to use this against a god as well.
Is there... I remember the toll that it took on me as a child, but I think I also know that it's not like Black Tom really trained me. It was just sort of, okay, cool, it's in you. Fireball her before you die. Sort of thing. So,
yeah,
with now, one, a much deeper understanding of Arcana, two, a much deeper understanding of medicine, and three, the bits and pieces that I've found around essentially what I was bred to do, in that my silver flames, which hadn't fully manifested when I was a kid, are in some way designed to control or stabilize this.
Yeah, you're going through this. There's this fucking weird optimism that starts dwelling up inside you. Something you haven't felt in a while. As the world is in the state that it's in, you've, to be very frank, you have had a hard time finding a way out of this that doesn't result in you and all of the people you love dying. But there's something about this. There's there's a little bit of a war in you that is what you were sort of conditioned to do is a little bit at war with what you are innately. And that war is not something that is actually going to cause conflict and strife, but rather maybe balance. Maybe there's a way to use this and not entirely get burned up in the process. Maybe there's a way for you being uniquely suited. And as you sort of touch that locket that you have, that you know the picture of within, is it possible that something has been in the works for generations before you to make sure that you get through this moment? And you can't help but feel a bit of hope, I think, at that. And Akari, I think as you see Charity sort of turning over this vial, I think you remember too, the last time you saw it used was as child Charity in your previous life. What kind of toll this looks like on someone. And you're, I would imagine, a little worried for your friend in this moment.
I walk over and just put my hand on Charity's shoulder.
And two tieflings, half something old and evil, half something hopeful and good. You just kind of share a quick silent moment. And I think both of you know what the other one's thinking. And then you realize you've come to the destination of the first sigil. And I need both of you to roll Arcana or
something that I'm good at.
Could I? Well, how about you tell me what you're good at and then pitch me on something?
Could I petition to roll Arcana, but based on charisma, because that's what my magic goes off of? So basically,
let's do that.
It'll be a charisma roll with proficiency. So I'll click something else because it's easier. But
I'm good at perception.
Let's help out this with perception then. Yeah, go ahead and roll perception.
Okay. It's not my... Like, there's literally nothing that I'm, like, really crazy. But it's like animal handling, athletics, deception, intimidation, and persuasion are my, like... So I can't justify any of the others.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead and give me a roll.
25.
Oh, my God.
And a crit hit, 25.
25.
Oh boy. As the two of you begin to work, your minds are just almost connected. You're thinking the exact same things. You're taking this from this charismatic connection to the world version of Arcana, this innate ability that, again, throughout your progression with your friends, Charity, this just seems to be something that you're almost remembering rather than discovering anew. And like as these things become unlocked, you mention a certain glyph that needs to be positioned in this way, and immediately Hakari comes in with like an improvement of like, listen, if it needs to be not just accurate, but it needs to carry a ton of weight at the same time, it needs to kind of be in this order. And so like you're both looking at it from slightly different points of view, and it's working perfectly together. This is amazing. You think that you've laid out the foundation for how all of these need to work, that you could, if you want, split up and just work on these individually and create really, really good sigils for this place. That would maybe take another hour at the most. and because of all the amazing rolls with Clem, you're thinking you could start flying this thing and then teleport it away. Like you could lift off in about half an hour, be clear of Federo, and then teleport away about an hour away when you get this all done. Because you can still work on this as the temple.
Yeah, I was going to say they're parallel tracks.
Yeah. You're feeling that hope again slip up.
Based on pure luck.
Sure. Luck is sometimes.
You said Clem's high rolls.
Well, Clem is also extremely good at.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. That's true. I'm just saying, still.
Your lucky roll, really. And as you sort of, what probably you assumed was going to take 5 hours is probably going to take 2.5 total. This is cutting down a lot of time. And as long as, Burbage and Stormbringer have gotten the rest of the rabble under control, this is the most efficient way to go. Wonderful. Burbage and Stormbringer, you've tied up everyone who's alive in this room. You've double-checked the bodies. Everyone else is pretty dead at this point. There was maybe one other that was on the verge, and you tried to save him a little bit because it seemed like the right thing to do, but their wounds were too significant, and without a healer amongst the two of you, they didn't make it.
How's Arisa looking?
Arisa looks
Unconscious?
fairly healthy. They do seem to be unconscious, but they don't seem to have any damage on them. It almost just looks like they're sleeping, and they're not able to wake quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
But you think, this just takes maybe a little time. That she was probably maybe drugged to be sedated underneath this. But Roburn is certainly carefully removing all of her glyphs that have been drawn on her as well.
As Burbage watches this, and maybe, I don't know if it's happening, like maybe as we're leaving or something, or I don't know. But Burbage will find himself thinking and recalling something that Roburn said, and he'll say, Roburn, you said that you wanted to save Arisa, but you weren't sure, you didn't care about the others. You meant there were others being prepared for the ritual?
Oh, I'm sorry. I simply cared not for the wizards of this place.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
She said specifically that that it was her and Arisa that were only prepared.
Yes. Those are the only ones I saw. Yes. And we think, we thought that they were preparing us in this way because of our connection to you. If you don't have very many other connections in this place, we didn't see anyone else.
Cool. I think Clem has a bunch of kids, but they probably don't know that. But we should make sure the kids aren't in the basement, I guess. We should get everybody out of the basement and into the temple so they don't just get left behind. And I guess also,
Of course,
maybe get Panway's body? I don't know what magic people like to do with bodies, but they seem into them. So maybe we should get that out of the basement too, but we don't have to roleplay all of this.
Let's do it. No, let's do it right now. As us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
All right, look at us walking. Look at us going down to the basement.
Out of the basement.
You head back down. You come across the one servant who had been really kind to you as you first stepped into the Temple of Ryn. You kind of remember her name is Maddie, you think? And she immediately asks if she can get you anything. and like what's happening. A lot of people down here have heard explosions and blasts of power and seen lights shoot off into the sky. Like, are people safe? What's going on?
Yeah.
Great.
We're
Okay,
gonna
yeah,
fly. We're gonna all fly. Well, we're gonna fly and then teleport, I guess, all of us to a city that is under siege right now, but it's safe. I think it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Okay. It's
Okay.
good. We're gonna. So you guys all need to get out of the basement and onto the main floor because the basement's, it's in the ground. I think that's how basements work. They're part of the ground, not part of the
Sure.
building. The building just
Yeah.
sits on top of the ground basement. So we got to fly the building off of the ground, and the basement is the ground. Do you know where Conway's dead body is? We need that too, I guess. Maybe. Do you know where they keep dead bodies down here?
They brought in a coffin.
Cool.
I think they put it down there as well. Sure, I can help. Get. I know
Yes.
the people down here.
Please help. We need everyone
right.
to get up.
Yeah.
Excellent. She starts gathering a whole bunch of people and starts ushering all of them like up. You also see that the soldiers from up above, who don't really have anything to do and can't really help with the magic-y stuff that's going on, have wandered downstairs, and there's a meeting then that you like witness between family members of people who are separated into different lines in this moment. And you feel great. You feel like this is it. Yeah, we're saving everyone, leaving no one behind.
Andy, it is making me really nervous that you keep saying people feel hopeful and we feel great.
It's great. Everything's great.
You guys feel
You're
great.
really, really nervous.
Yeah, we feel great. Lena, we feel great. What could possibly be
I don't
wrong
feel
with
great.
feeling great?
I feel anxious.
Yeah, this feels amazing.
I want to make some checks to make sure I'm leaving nobody behind, no stone left
Sure.
unturned.
You head into the
And
basement
that there's
then
no
yourself.
dangerous people.
Yeah, the basement conditions are pretty squalor. Like they were shoving people down here to forget them, is what you feel. They were being forced to then act as servants for the army and for the wizards and the angels, it seems. But there's no food really kept down here. There's like makeshift beds. People are ingenious and doing what they can to make it and survive, but you allowing all of them upstairs has put a smile on their face. They feel warm again. They feel connected with the people that they thought they were separated from. You do find a few tiefling children hiding down there, not exactly understanding what's going on, but they recognize you immediately, and they'll follow you because you've come down here to find them.
Are we also
Children
getting
following me like ducklings?
Are we also getting the people from the stables? Hopefully Maddie will include that. And
Yeah.
Sure. Maddie goes. The druid who's in charge of the stables asks if they can bring the animals into the temple themselves and save them. That's important to her, at least.
Yes, but only 2 of each.
No, we're not arcing this shit.
I'm just
like most of them are female. I don't know if 2 really matters.
It's also only for the unclean and the winged ones.
So they start loading into the hallways now. The animals of the stables, all the children, everyone seems to be gone entirely from the basement. Do you want to give me just a perception check, just to kind of make sure everything is removed from there?
Yeah, and we got Ponway's body, right?
Yeah.
I'm also
you got the coffin, and several people helped you bring that up.
Cool. Burbage got a 29, so I'm not rolling. I'm not going to get a 29. It's literally impossible for me.
That's good. Yeah. Burbage, as you're down there, then just kind of getting a sense of the space. Yeah, you feel like you got all the people. There's something down here that feels like this was the original temple, and that everything was just built on top for show and for pomp and circumstance. And there's just something, because you've had that, I think, connection with Ryn. You feel closer now in this moment than you have in this material plane. Even though people were living in squalor down here, they probably had some of that hope, that feeling as well. But these are ancient
nice.
walls, ancient ruins.
Mhm.
The temple built on top is what you're removing. And maybe that's like removing a cancer that has just been festering in this place for a long time.
Good. We've been checking every single person for writing.
Uh-huh. Ooh,
That includes
excellent.
tattoos.
Yeah. Okay. You have several people with tattoos, several writing.
Does any of it
on them.
look like the writing that was on Arisa? And
No. All of that writing seems small and individual symbols, not like lines of like language necessarily. And those symbols are just placed tiny, but all over the body. You don't see anyone like that as people are coming up.
So if we've
Cool.
got everybody out of
Great.
the basement, I'd probably do a sweep of the rest. Like if we've swept the basement, like we've looked in every nook and cranny, I'd probably do, because I'm a fucking soldier. So this is not meta.
Ooh,
I would
can
probably do a
Burbage
sweep
check the
of the rest of the
nooks?
floors. Sure.
Burbage gets the nooks, so you get the crannies?
I don't know what that means.
Give me perception checks as you are very meticulously are checking every element of like going through and sweeping each floor as you go.
Yeah, because I'm checking for anybody who seems like a threat at all, because I know that they said that the armed combatants were like weak, but they're still combatants.
Sure.
Should I roll? I don't. Okay, I guess I'll
Yeah,
also
go ahead.
roll since I'm doing stuff too. It's just Burbage is much better at this than me. 13.
13, yeah. You start in the
Burbage
basement.
got a 31.
And a 31, yeah. You start in the basement, the two of you. You're checking not only every nook and cranny, you're opening every door. Burbage, you find with a 31 a secret passage down here. It's really easy to push on the false wall of this place, and the stone can simply slide to the side if you would like that.
Is this still down in the basement? Or was this...
Yeah.
Sure, Burbage will check that out quick. But thoroughly.
Yeah. Thoroughly.
Quickly and thoroughly.
You're checking for traps. You're very meticulously going through this. You push on the wall. The wall slides in and then rumbles into the ground, sinks. You're not sure how to get the door back up, but at least you've opened a very dark but small hallway within a door at the other end. You don't think this connects to anything down here in the basement that you've previously come across?
Is Stormbringer nearby?
Yeah, I would have been sweeping. We would have been sweeping together.
Psst, Stormbringer. I'm gonna check this out.
Okay. I guess that's a good idea. We are leaving the basement behind, but we should make sure there's no one in there and stuff.
No, this is Lena's question, not Stormbringer. Am I remembering correctly that that we thought that there were ways into the Temple of Ryn from the weird Dwarven ruins under the city?
Yes.
Okay.
You do remember that, right?
I know that it's Stormbringer, not just Lena.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Someone had mentioned that, I think it was Griselda, had mentioned that one of the possible ways into the underground was through the temple itself.
Oh,
Okay.
Griselda.
I mean, Grisabella the Glamour Cat.
Is she in here? Is Griselda...
You do not see her. No, you've not seen her.
Oh, poor Griselda. Poor... Vague, like
she was
like
bad
a Nazi,
at her duty.
like an SS. Yeah.
You
Ineffective
convinced the person
SS
meant to
spy.
watch you as a spy. You convince them to do drugs with you, and then let you do anything you want. She probably didn't make it, buddy.
Oh.
But it's not. But we didn't make her bad at what she did. She was just bad at it.
Indeed.
We didn't cause her death.
No.
Hope with the drugs, hopefully.
Really? That's this is the line we're drawing. This is where the guilt sets in if we're responsible for this one.
Well, Burbage had some fun with Griselda.
Do you open the door?
But yes, Burbage will cautiously check it out, make sure that we're not missing anything.
All right.
Anyone?
You open it up. It's a small room that your eyes take a second to adjust with the extremely low light in this place. And for a minute, you think spider webs everywhere. But your eyes adjust a little bit, and the glint you thought you saw from spider webs, piles of treasure, of gold, of display cases, of weapons, and several different like potions lining the wall of this place. This might be like a hidden treasure of the Temple of Ryn.
And it's not spider webs trying to trick us into thinking it's treasure, and then we're going to grab it and get stuck in the spider webs and get eaten by spiders?
I mean, maybe. You don't know. You gotta touch it. You want to touch
What
the gold?
roll can I make for that? No, I'm not touching anything.
Give me
You're
a perception check.
Why
With
do
disadvantage.
I want to roll something better than that, like stealth or athletics.
You can try to jump in them.
I'm not doing that. Oh, you said with disadvantage?
Yes.
Why do I have disadvantage?
It's dark. I know you have
That's
dark
why.
vision.
I think you're sketchy. I don't think I have dark vision, do I? Yes,
Yeah,
maybe?
you have-
I don't know. Okay. I have dark vision.
Maybe you don't have dark
I
vision.
got a
don't know.
14. I don't think I do.
Yeah.
I don't have dark, but you could say I have dark vision from now on.
Nah. With a 14, I mean, yeah, it kind of looks like treasure and mounds of it. And if you just go grab a torch from like the other room and like bring it back here, you would be able to tell definitively, probably. But from what you can see, it looks to be real treasure.
Burbage, you can see in the dark. Does this look like real treasure to you or spider webs?
I don't think Burbage has dark
Tricky
vision,
spider
does he?
webs.
I think
think-
so.
no.
Burbage does
God damn
not
it.
have dark
Okay, I'm gonna get a fucking torch.
Does this look
Hey.
like
touch
treasure
the
or
treasure
spider
spider
webs?
webs.
Is a crazy question.
You also are almost certainly carrying a torch. Like in
Right.
your pack.
Yeah.
Light one. Yeah.
I'm lighting a torch to see if
Alright.
the treasure is spider webs.
Level 20 adventurer, no torch.
You light a torch. This seems to be piles of probably hundreds of pieces of gold, probably like 300 or 400 pieces of gold scattered on the ground in small piles. And what catches your eye is an axe in a display case.
Andy?
The glass is seemingly broken through ancient time. And all that's left is this little stand on a piece of like wood, really intricately carved, and a beautiful, you would imagine, elven made battle axe.
I feel like you're fucking with me and it's making things slow down. Just as a note.
Okay.
Look at this head.
But fine, like if Burbage and I really think this is totally safe, does Burbage think this is totally
No.
safe?
Okay, so Burbage regards the room, regards the treasure. Get the torch in. We even see more clearly all the riches in front of us. Burbage will stand there, take it all in, and Burbage will say to Stormbringer, "You know, Stormbringer, I spent years of my life in this city as a bumbling, middling thief. I dreamed of this room. We'd all heard stories, we'd all heard legends about treasures in the temples. The great treasure room in the Temple of Ryn. And if you had told me then that my last action upon leaving this city would be to look at all of this and not be able to think of anything else except we've got to get to Clifmil. We've got to wake up for Maris. We've got to get back to our friends. We gotta get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, we'll come back for this though, because I do like axes, but not until after we deal with everything. We'll deal with all the world ending, and then we can come back and get this, right? Just the axe.
Sure, maybe. Let's
Okay.
I'm gonna close the door, okay?
Okay,
Move
cool.
the torch.
Yeah,
You're blocking the door with your torch. Move
Sorry,
it. Why are you trying to block the... Okay.
I like axes.
You've got... It's all right. All right. Just
I
closing
don't
it up.
have a magic axe
This is-
anymore because Charity's stupid
Stormbringer.
brother
Level-
killed
level-
took it.
Well, this is level 20 character growth. Right?
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
That's cool. Yeah, okay. But we're gonna come back for the axe later. Let's go finish sweeping
Okay.
and look for
Sure.
the
Stormbringer, will you pick me up and carry me for a bit?
Yeah, sure. You're really small, so you've had to walk like 5 times as much as me because you're so tiny.
And we're right back to where we were 6 years ago.
It's like listening to Abbott and Costello.
You
Okay.
carry Burbage out of the basement, not spending a ton of time down there.
Now we're thoroughly searching the other floors efficiently in real life
Thoroughly.
efficiency.
Looking throughout the temple. Clem, it's about time. You think everything's in place? You think you and Siren probably got it right? With just a couple words of incantation, you think you could activate the series of crystals, all 5 of them that you've been able to place here, and begin the process of lifting the temple out of Federo entirely. Do you need anything else to happen before you do that, or do you just want to start it?
Siren, are you coming with?
You know what? I think I will. This has really been interesting. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's see. Not knowing where we're going to land, I want to take off.
I mean, I know where we're gonna land. I have a destination in mind.
Oh, I thought we were just sort of
It was a
going, you know?
nice
So this
line,
was just
though.
a joy trip.
All right, it was a little bit of a metaphor, but also like, okay, I thought we were sky pirates in our own castle, and it's fine. It's fine. Let's just.
How
go.
could we be pirates in a castle?
How could you not?
I think I've gotten smarter these 50 years, and you've gotten. No. Yeah, let's go. I'm ready.
I like to think that as Charity has been going through, like, you know, drawing sigils and, like, mapping out what's necessary, he'll occasionally walk by a room where Clem and Siren have been and just, like, listen for a second to be like, it's really fucking weird.
Yeah.
All right. You all get together. Burbage and Stormbringer report. Everyone's out of the basement. It seems like everything is ready to go.
And we swept all the floors. We checked all the nooks and crannies on all the floors for any additional threats, and we didn't find anything.
if you want to spend another couple hours, you could do that to the best of your ability. Yeah.
What if I want to do it to a pretty good ability, but maybe not that long?
An hour? How much time are you willing to not start off on Clifmil to search this place?
Have all the children been rescued?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got all the kids.
That's all I give a shit.
At this point, if what's his fucking name, Loniar, is gonna
I don't know.
do some shit,
Yeah.
he's gonna do it on the flying temple. So
That seems like it's overly dramatic.
look, I think it's great. I'm excited. I love it as a story thing. I don't think our characters can be prepared for it, which is
I can't think of a
fine.
character reason that I would have kept searching if people were ready to go. Because
And also, I mean,
so
like,
thoroughly convinced me that things are fine.
but so like, wait, would this, like, you're saying whatever we would be searching is going to be left behind, right? When we fly away?
No. Essentially, from the first floor up, all of this is going.
So the search could feasibly continue.
Oh, okay,
After-
yeah.
Yeah, it's maybe going to take you about 20 minutes to get clear of Federo's hold, and then Charity should be done with the sigils by then and activate them pretty soon after.
I would say, yeah, like, just as a matter of course, like, patrolling this place that we knew, like probably not in. Yeah, I don't know. I'll let Lena talk for Stormbringer, but I think it makes sense that part of this plan, as we fly the temple to Clifmil, will include more thorough examine, because this was a big question mark. Were like all the different people in this build, like, yeah, we got them out of that. We got the wizards tied up over there, but
sure.
As a matter of just like caution, the search
and we're
will.
flying this to like all of our allies. Like, we'd be careful.
So, and it's just the two of you, right? While everyone else is working on their stuff, just the two of you are searching an entire giant temple.
Well,
Or do you want to,
Some of the scrubs
bring
to
in,
help, who seem like they have good eyesight.
like Maddie and okay.
Yeah, but not ones that we're emotionally bonded to. I'm not bonded to Maddie. I mostly mean like not Clem's children.
Okay.
I would want if we were able to get Arisa somewhere safe, like up with the others, with Charity and Clem and everything. I might suggest the Roburn could join us for patrolling, because she has spent more time in the temple.
Sure.
Yeah, but stay with us, because I am emotionally bounded to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not going to save time necessarily then. But,
Well, it's save a little, because she can she can open a door and like start looking in there while we're across the hall looking in the other door, and we can hear each other if we yell.
Gotcha. Sounds good. The two of you give me perception checks.
Hey, I rolled a 21 this time.
Nice.
I rolled 25.
And your helpers, the highest was 17.
Why are they so bad?
They're random people, not adventurers, looking through a place that they've not necessarily been in that
Okay,
long.
but like they have eyes. Like, I'm really
They
good at
do have
finding
eyes.
things. You've seen me loot in Baldur's Gate. I am very detail oriented, and I'm not an adventurer.
Correct. Yep. Yeah, I think everything's ready then. Clem, if you want to set sail.
I do.
All right, you say a few of the incantations, and then finally, all these years of theory about these crystals, of the prototypes that you've built, seeing and feeling them in action as you begin to levitate slowly at first off the ground, and feeling the temple remaining solid, not feeling like the floor is going to fall out, not feeling like everything's crumbling around you, but just feeling like every molecule of this place wants to hold on to the molecule next to it.
I'm cackling maniacally
Great.
with my arms up while I do it.
Yes. Amazing.
It lives.
Yeah.
Ren has rushed to a banister looking out over this and is like putting his arms to the side like in Titanic. Several of the people are just flocking to
Randolph
the windows.
comes up behind him like Leo in Titanic.
And holds him up.
And flings him off the edge.
I'm flying, Randolph. I'm flying.
Who's getting sketched topless?
Yeah. Hikari and Charity are finishing then their sigils. Everything is going extremely well. Perfect. You get within about 10 minutes, you're starting to gain a little bit of speed at this point. And yeah, you're maybe only about 100 feet off the ground, but you're starting to speed up the process of lifting this. You're just trying to be careful. You don't want to ruin anything. Yeah.
Also, just 100 feet off the ground in the technological context of like medieval to Renaissance is mind-bogglingly high off the ground.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
very few
Indeed.
cities would have a building that is more than 2 stories tall.
Yeah. Most of the people that you've saved are like at the windows and starting
Notice
to look.
the gleeful smile. You just have to watch Andy's little facial expressions. He was like, yeah, you guys, you got it, like,
Yeah, I know.
already off the ground and everything. And then he started to be like,
You guys are doing
smirk
great.
a little bit, and then be like, and then Galway asked him the question or whatever, and you stopped. But I just want that to be noted.
No, we're doing great. We feel great.
I'm so happy for my friends that they've been able to do so awesome at this. This is really awesome.
Yeah, great.
I can read this guy like a book. It is one of the reasons he married me.
I don't know about any of that. I'm mysterious. So you start to pick up then speed. You're lifting up out of this area. You're now looking down on the city. You're looking down about at the height that the ships were. You're getting into the cloud cover of this place, and now you're not only start to just lift up, you're starting to move outside the barriers of Federo. Lightning strikes kind of nearby. The thunder from it vibrates the place a little bit. And you
Like
continue
lightning
on.
from a cloud?
Yeah.
Well, I know lightning actually, you know what I mean. Like in it, like
Yes.
where you said we were in clouds. So like a storm is happening, or like supernatural lightning.
Seems like a storm. Lightning. You begin to move outside the boundaries. Hikari, Charity, you've finished the sigils. If you want, you can teleport this place to Clifmil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Charity leading the way.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know the right incantation to activate all of these simultaneously. And as they all light up, Stormbringer, you open a broom closet door. The Temple of Ryn disappears above Federo. Pops into existence above Clifmil. And everyone feels queasy from going so far so quickly. You take just a moment to kind of right your eyes. And Stormbringer, you see an individual with writing all over them and a silver dagger plunged straight into their heart. And then a brilliant, blinding white light. the massive explosion that occurs in this moment takes out immediately one of the crystals that falls down to the ground. A large chunk of the Temple of Ryn is now missing. And as you've been able to hold on, Stormbringer, to the rubble of the hallway that is no longer a hallway, but rather a sudden drop 300-400 feet to the ground, you see now hovering in midair in front of you a white tiger, blue fur, sort of in designs of runes across his skin. And as he sort of like flexes a little bit, you see 6 brilliant swords begin to just kind of rotate and orbit around him. That explosion caused you to just go deaf for a moment, and now the ringing in your ears starts, and you can hear this being now speak. It is good to see you again. I'm going to show you what your bones look like.
I've seen my fucking bones. I've broken bones.
I'm
What's
going to
wrong with
show
you?
them to you. You've not seen them like this.
Where are Burbage and Robin? Like, it just blew up here. I would not be concerned
You are
with the
so
tiger
disoriented
quite yet.
in this moment. You're not exactly sure where they are, but they have to be close by unless they were just lost.
Right,
to
which is the
rubble.
concern.
Certainly is a concern that we're going to go and deal with next time.
Next time. Woo.
Friends, you are now floating above Clifmil. I will describe the situation if you look out the windows about what's going on below next time. But also, the whole place has been rocked and part of it destroyed by merely the summoning of a creature that you know all too well, that has killed Charity before and seems incredibly dangerous in this new sort of angelic form you now see.
But hey, at least there were 5 crystals and not 3.
Hey, I'm glad you did
Hey.
5 then and not 3, because then you would be
Nice.
in free fall. That's a good decision and a good roll.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to do it tonight for us on Fates of Ryn, friends. Shit, they've made it to Clifmil. Things are going nutty. I love it. But hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for playing, my friends. Love you very much. And I'll see everyone next time. We, I think, have one more in January here in a few weeks. Hopefully. So, yeah, we'll see you then, and we'll continue with this climactic moment. Until then, love you guys. Bye.
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 My name is Darby.
Bye, everybody.
Lonely she walks down beside the green river. My lady she was, and I bend my knee. One divine, my seraph, my heart to deliver. She gives me a small flower that I call Tomb Lily. I love so completely, so true and so sweetly. But know that our story is so short, it must be. Every time that you show me that blue and white flower, reminds me of me, lady, who descended for thee. voice